It's not surprising. Obviously, Senator Casey's been in the Senate for 12 years, 2 terms. He's run 5 statewide races. I've been a member of Congress where people here back home in the district know who I am, but people around the state would not know who I am. So for a poll like that to come out early really isn't indicative of what the race will be, in November.
Well, we saw polls didn't necessarily hold true in the last presidential election. So what do you think of the polls overall?
Well, especially, the Franklin and Marshall poll, they also polled and said that Donald Trump was not going to win, could not win Pennsylvania, and would not be president, and all the reasons why. And I couldn't help but, seeing that today, thinking back that the polls were so wrong then, and I believe the polls will be wrong once again. I don't really believe that the polling in Pennsylvania is as accurate, because many people who support Donald Trump will not tell a pollster that they support Donald Trump. So we're going to run a race. I feel very optimistic. So we'll see what happens in November.
Your name has been in the national spotlight ever since you ran for Congress with the Illegal Immigration Relief Act. You recently were on Tucker Carlson talking about the city of Hazleton. So tell us about that.
Sure. So Hazleton was back in the news again, looking at not only what's happened here in Hazleton, has happened around the country to many communities just like Hazleton. And Tucker Carlson was highlighting this changing demographics across the United States. And I was on again to talk about what we experienced here in Hazleton and how fast it changed, and the challenges when something like that, a change in demographics occurs so quickly, so suddenly. And that's really what the show was about, just talking about the changing demographics around the United States, and really Hazleton was at the forefront of that. And I wanted to point out, I think it was important that this was the effects of illegal immigration on a community, not legal immigration. And we need to separate the two and realize that we're all, nobody knows better than folks here in Hazleton, about our ancestors when they came to America for a better life and a better job. And Hazleton has been very welcoming to the new immigrants who have moved here to Hazleton to make that their home. However, illegal immigration has a complete opposite effect, and I've highlighted that early on as my days as mayor. We're still dealing with the issue. Many cities have found out, that maybe what I was talking about at the time was reality.
Congressman Barletta has 2 challengers for the Republican Senate nomination in the May 15th primary. The victor will then go head-to-head with Democratic Senator Bob Casey in November. And you can hear more from Congressman Lou Barletta on a new Sam Lassand show. It airs tomorrow at 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. on SSPTV and is available anytime with our Samsung Productions app and at ssptv.com.